Donald Trump just had one of the worst mornings of his entire life, and he tried to do a flyover over the Epstein victims press conference this morning to intimidate them. He said, "Oh, I'm doing it because we brought in the leader of Poland here." Seems like you were trying to do the flyover right where the Epstein victims were speaking the truth and speaking truth to power. By the way, Donald Trump this morning, I guess, was pondering his existence. He sent an email saying, "I want to try and get to heaven." This is what he sent to his supporters. "Ben, I want to try to get to heaven. That's why I've launched a 24-hour Trump fundraising blitz, and I'm asking everybody to chip in $15 to help me get to heaven." That's what this grifter is doing this morning. Meanwhile, you had Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, and other world leaders that are now part of this axis of evil that's growing in power as Donald Trump weakens NATO and our alliances. They were showing force. They were doing a showing of strength against a weakening United States. As we wrote on the MeidasTouch network, we showed a photo of Xi Jinping, Putin, and Kim Jong-un leading this other group of world leaders. And we said, call it the Trump effect. And then you had this AI image of Donald Trump watching what was taking place while holding a flag of China. But Donald Trump wanted to be a tough guy, so he sent 5 American warships off the coast of Venezuela, as well as a nuclear submarine. And then Donald Trump killed 11 people in a tiny fishing boat. And Trump said they were Tren de Aragua, so I had to kill them. So you used our military force to kill 11 people who you said were potential drug dealers on a boat, and then you posted the image. I mean, on your social media platform. I mean, how pathetic is that? I'm going to show you in a moment what the Epstein victims were saying, because this has got Donald Trump losing his mind this morning. But I want to talk just a little bit more about some data. Here's the data we learned this morning. For the first time since the pandemic, there are more unemployed people in the U.S. than there are job openings. The labor market is continuing to cool. 7.18 million job openings. The estimate was 7.3. As Spencer Hakimian writes, the job market is completely closed at this point. It seems like we are heading closer, if not already, in a recession. So as Donald Trump was watching Kim Jong-un and Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin and all these other world leaders meeting in China, they had this military parade that they were doing. And Donald Trump was like posting on social media, "Hope you're having fun while you're conspiring against us." He literally wrote that. Hope you're enjoying conspiring against us. What are you, like a jilted ex-lover? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, you just make the United States look pathetic every single day. But going to the Epstein survivors, we were covering it here, of course, on the MeidasTouch network. We had a huge audience watching it. Here, one of these survivors is asked, "What's your message to Trump?" Play this clip.
Listen, I don't want to send a direct message to him. I'm already scared enough. Yeah, just pass the vote. Listen to us. This is not a hoax. Like, it's not going to go away. And like I said on my speech earlier, we're not going to be silenced anymore. We will be speaking moving forward. Wherever we need to be, we will be, and we need to pass this.
Go ahead. Another survivor talked about how Epstein's biggest brag forever was his friendship to Donald Trump. Let's play it.
My first trip to the Palm Beach residence, I drove there from the airport with Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey and Ghislaine were always very boastful about their friends, their famous or powerful friends, and his biggest brag forever was that he was very good friends with Donald Trump. He had an 8x10 framed picture of him on his desk with the two of them. Like, they were very close.
And another survivor talked about how Epstein had a free pass with powerful friends like the current president, Donald Trump. Play this clip.
The truth is, Epstein had a free pass. He bragged about his powerful friends, including our current president, Donald Trump. It was his biggest brag, actually. And while what I endured will haunt me forever,
I live every day with PTSD. I live as a mother trying to raise my child while distrusting a world that has betrayed me. This kind of trauma never leaves you. It breaks.
This was the flyover taking place as the Epstein survivors were giving their press conference. And the White House will say, oh no, we were just doing this flyover because the leader of Poland was here. You can judge for yourself. Here, play this clip.
Department of Justice telling me that this was going to happen when it had already happened. This woman abused children.
You know, I'm literally wearing one of my True Classic tees right now. I wear their gear all the time, and the reason is simple. It just fits better than anything else in my closet. The guys at True Classic started with a simple mission: bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses, because looking and feeling great should not come with a designer price tag. And clearly people agree. I certainly do. People vote with their dollars, and True Classic has sold over 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers, racking up over 200,000 five-star reviews. But here's the thing, it's not just about fabric or fit, it's about confidence. Their shirts fit where they should, feel incredible, and don't break the bank. You get that clean, tailored look without sacrificing comfort or blowing your budget. I've been wearing True Classic for a while now, and you could feel the difference the second you put one on. It's tailored where you need it, relaxed where you need it, no bunching, no stiff fabric, just a fit that actually works for real life. So forget overpriced designer brands and skip the cheap throwaway stuff. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. You can find them at Amazon, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or head straight to trueclassic.com/Meidas, that's MEIDAS, to try them out for yourself. That's trueclassic.com/Meidas.
But the survivors were not being silenced. Another survivor talked about how, together as survivors, if you're not going to release the names and the list, we're going to work the rest of our lives to ensure that people are held accountable. Play this clip.
And also, I would like to announce here today, us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know who were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details.
While that was taking place, Donald Trump was in the White House continuing to call what you just saw there the Epstein survivors. Trump says that they're a hoax. It's all a hoax. It's made up. I guess he just thinks just repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. And his MAGA mushbrain followers and state regime media known as Fox will cover that up. Here, play this clip.
I think we're probably having, according to what I read, even from two people in this room, we're having the most successful 8 months of any president ever. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
By the way, Fox covered the flyover, but didn't cover what the Epstein victims, what the Epstein survivors were saying. Fox also, instead of focusing on the Epstein survivors, they brought in Pete Hegseth, and they asked Hegseth, well, what do you think about the fact that China was showing this, that held this military parade and brought together Putin and Xi Jinping brought together Putin and Kim Jong-un. What do you make of it, Pete Hegseth, former Fox News weekend fill-in host, and now somehow the defense secretary? What do you think Hegseth said, everybody? Hegseth said, well, clearly what we just witnessed taking place in China, that is Biden's fault. It's because of the weakness of Biden that this meeting is taking place now. I think they will take responsibility for absolutely nothing. In 2028, they will be blaming Biden and Obama for their failures, as our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, says. Here, play this clip.
China was celebrating. They're having this parade in Tiananmen Square featuring a display of advanced equipment, and they invited Putin and they invited Kim Jong-un in attendance. So what message are they trying to send, and what is the administration's response?
Well, unfortunately, the weakness of the previous administration has driven Russia and China closer together. That was a terrible development of a lack of American leadership and a lack of American strength. And you saw it around the world. And it manifests in what we saw on TV last.
So utterly pathetic. Oh, what's MAGA Mike Johnson saying on Capitol Hill? Ooh, well, I think we've turned over all of the Epstein documents. Donald Trump's the most transparent man in history. Yes, MAGA Mike, the man who's saying, well, I shouldn't even call him that, this vile piece of trash in the Oval Office. That's better. Who's calling the Epstein survivors a hoax and saying Epstein was a hoax. The most transparent that there is, MAGA Mike. Here, play this clip.
I've spoken to the president myself about this many times, and he is as insistent as we are. He is the most transparent president in memory, probably in the history of the country. As you know, he stops. If he were here now, he would stand here and take your questions endlessly. That's his mindset, and he wants the American people to have information so they can draw their own conclusions. I've talked with him about this very subject myself, so I can tell you that is his heart. Now, he also, just as we do, is insistent that we protect the innocent victims, and that's what this has been about.
Oh, so weak, so pathetic, such liars, such utter liars. And then Donald Trump posts, tell Hamas to immediately give back all 20 hostages, not 2 or 5 or 7, and things will change rapidly. It will end, exclamation point. You tell him, you're the lead. You have to social media. You tell him then. But stop the freaking atrocities taking place in Gaza. That's your plan. Enable the most horrific atrocities to take place against innocent people in Gaza while you social media post. Tell Hamas. Who are you saying? Who are you saying that to? What do you think your role is, you idiot? Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.